Hello, so today we are going to cook this new bottle over here. This one's called Wallows, and this one's 1200 rated. So let's see if I'm going to cook this bot. So I'm gonna be playing with the black pieces, and they go for e4. So let's just play the Sicilian defense with c5. Now what will the bot play? Oh wow, knight f3. They're playing the open Sicilian, I guess. Oh, they're playing the Rosalimo. This bot knows some theory. Okay, g6, and I assume they're gonna take, so we'll pre-move that. They castle first. Okay, let's just play our usual dragon setup here, and they go for c3. Now, if I remember, I'm pretty sure the move was knight to f6. Yeah, the move is knight to f6 here, and this is similar to an Alpin, except the bishop went here, and let's just castle. So they go for d4 immediately. Should I take? Hmm. I think I should take. I think takes his move here. So they take back. And I think the move was to strike in the center here with d5. Yeah, I think that's a move. So we'll go d5 here. And they push. So we're gonna put that knight in the center. They take, we take. And I'm liking my position so far. And here they go for knight f e2 here. I mean knight f d2, trying to change my knights. And when they do, they're going to win a pawn, of course. So I have to do something about this. One of the moves could be to defend the knight, but then there might be g4, which could be annoying. I could also just trade here, which I don't know. I think I have to trade here. Hmm. Yeah, I think I should trade. I think that's the only move. So we'll trade, and I'm I think I have an advantage here, considering even though my bishop's closed off here, my dark squared bishop, at least I get this weak pawn on d4, which has no defenders, like in a typical French defense structure here. But I haven't played e6 yet, so I can develop the bishop out of the pawn chain, but there might be this, but I could provoke that, to be honest. I could also put the bishop on a6 here, developing it to the long diagonal. Hmm. I think we should push the pawn first and then play bishop a6, thinking some space there. But then, there might be some knight b3, knight c5 ideas in the future that could be annoying. Hmm. I know they're planning to play this. Can feel it. Alright, let's play a5. Let's. Okay, so they go queen to a5 here. I think we should develop the queen here. They pressure this pawn, so so they're putting the knight in a more defensive position, defending over there. So now I can just play bishop a6 comfortably here, controlling the long diagonal. But you know, I do have the bishop pair advantage. But now my next mission is to open up this bishop. But now I have this very active bishop here, and how should we proceed here? One idea could be e6 here to prevent f5 pushes and then play c5. That could be an idea. Is it the best? Hmm. I'm liking that idea. Let's go for it. e6 and then c5. So they go for knight to e4, knight to e3. But I think this is worse. I think what they should have played instead was they should have put the knight on b3 here, because with a knight on c5, you're You're limiting my bishop's ability to go to b7 or a6. And yes, I can go here, but at least you're closing this, you're blocking the c pawn off, and the c file's half open. But with putting the knight on e3, now I can just comfortably play c5. And so they pressure the pawn here. Interesting. What should I do? So they're probably threatening this. I think I should take. I don't care if you take this pawn. So they take that. Now we have a pass pawn, which is looking very nice for me here because this passed pawn and the bishop pair are going to be very powerful. But now our next goal is to be activating this dark squared bishop and to probably get the queen off the c file over here because that can be very annoying tempo. So what should we do? One idea could be putting the rook on c8 so that when the rook goes here and then let's say the queen drops back to d8, now I can take. That could be one idea. But then this pawn is actually kind of weak. This pawn is a long-term weakness that we need to fix. Hmm. What should I do? This pawn is a long-term weakness in the position. Maybe I'll have to take with the bishop instead, which is kind of ugly. Hmm. Maybe I should try to start an attack over here in the king side with my two bishops. That could be one idea. Yeah, interesting move. G5 here, challenging their pawn structure. Hmm. So I know they're getting ready to put a rook on the c file. So what should I do? What if we put a rook on the open b file to counter pressure this? So they do put it there. All right, we'll put the queen here. So they put the knight on f1. So they are planning a defense, but I think I can play this move bishop c4 comfortably here, provoking b3, and then we can use that as a long-term weakness to then play a4 in the future and not only remove our weakness but also create a weakness for them. Now that could be one interesting idea. I'm liking that. Let's play it. Bishop to all right, so they sacrifice the pawn. I mean, I'm fine with giving up this a pawn here because it is a very much long-term weakness and I can easily block off their pawn. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take your pawn sack. I know they're gonna play this. Then we can drop the bishop back. They don't even take back. Wow. What is the bot doing? What a sophisticated bot. Whatever. Let's just play a4 and just put that bishop in there. To be annoying. We could pressure the f pawn, the f4 pawn. So now, for some reason, the bot just sacrificed the pawn. Bro thinks he's Alpha Zero. Anyway, I can always play a3 here and remove all pawns in the queen side and just use my pass pawn here on d5 here in the future. I could also put the bishop on b4 here. I can also start an attack on the king side here with some h5, g5 stuff. That could be an idea. Now, which plan do I choose? Do I choose to play on this side or on the king side and start an attack? King side, they have some defenders over here. So, hmm. This bishop isn't really doing much. You know what? We'll put it on b4. Okay, so they put the rook here, preventing bishop b4. So they put the rook there. I have a feeling that this rook is going to be annoying, so let's challenge it off with rook c8 immediately. Okay, they go there. Let's take and then go here. They take and now we are in an end game. We're still not in the end game. We still have two bishops. Um, uh, is this losing? Okay, so we are now in. We're still in the middle game because there's still queens on the board. But I have a feeling that there is something going on here. Just have a feeling. Hmm. So I can trade bishops, but I think I should keep more pieces on board. Maybe we should give a check first before trading bishops. Wait. Can't I just take here and then check? And then if you go here, then I can take. And then what are you doing? Hmm. I mean, I could take the extra pawn, but because it's a queen endgame, there are some chances for a draw. Um, I think I should go check. Okay, so they go over there. Um, do I wanna trade queens? I mean, bishops will take. I will accept that pawn. What check are you gonna give though? Where are the checks? Oh, okay. I see you're threatening a perpetual right now. Hmm. What should I do? Check. You're threatening this pawn over here. Hmm. I could go here. Hmm. Oh wait, I have check. Forgot about that. Check and then take this to stop the check. And we threaten back rank mate. So they just go back. Um, should I take the pawn? Is there a trap here? I don't think so. We'll just take the pawn. I'm up 4 pawns, so like this is winning. And I can start pushing here. The knight can go here, which is pretty annoying. All right, let's offer a trade. Oh, no. Okay, so I think this queen endgame is winning because I am just up like so much pawns here that uh you can't do anything. Then I can give another check here, and if you trade queens, it's just completely losing, and that's just another free pawn. You give checks, let's trade queens. They're not gonna trade queens, of course, and I'm just up 5 pawns. Check, and then like check here to defend this. We're gonna maintain defense of this diagonal, and we're just gonna push e5, and we're completely winning here. What checks are you gonna give after e4? No checks at all. You're just completely losing. We're just gonna play this, and we are just winning. And they just blundered mate. Checkmate. So these guys can't get cooked. Um, so let's analyze that game real quick. So this bot is 1200 rated. It's known as the Wallows bot. E4, C5, knight to F3, knight to C6, and they go for bishop to B5. The Rosalimo. I decided to go G6, playing a dragon, the Sicilian against the Rosalimo, and they castle. I play bishop to G7. They go C3. I go knight to F6. They go rook E1. I go castles. They go D4. Takes, takes, and here I go D5. Yeah, D5 is the best move. Okay, and they go E5, and I centralize a knight. They take, which I think is inaccurate in my opinion, because after takes I have the two bishops here, and I'm gonna play for C5 in the future. They go for knight fd2. I take. They take with the knight, and apparently white is better. But here I go a5, and here, yeah, the correct move was to play knight b3, and they do have a massive advantage here because they're gonna plant that knight on c3, c5 here, and I'd have to play e6, rook e8, and bishop f8 to just remove that bishop. But in the process, they have this very strong bishop. But they chose the wrong plan. Instead, they played queen to a4. I mean, queen to a4 is still good, but instead they put the knight on f1, giving me an advantage here. They should have played knight to b3 and then tried to plant the knight on c5, preventing bishop to a6. I mean, even if the bishop was on a6, I don't think they would take, and they would prevent c5, which is one of the key breaks here. As soon as I did that, I go bishop a6 and just play c5 comfortably, and I'm better here. I decided to take this pawn here, and they go queen takes d4. I put the rook on b8, and now I'm putting the rook on b and a files, and this is looking this is looking similar to a Benko position here, with except the a file is closed, but the rooks b and a. But typically in the Benko position, there would be a pawn on e5 here, and on d5 here, but that's not what happened. But there are some similarities, like the half the half open b file and the soon to be open a file. After I play bishop to c4, bishop to c, yeah, bishop to c4 here, and basically my idea here is to be provoking a move here. If they play, if they play a3, then that means this pawn is permanently a weakness. This backwards b pawn. I can even plant a bishop there, or I can just play a5 comfortably and hit this weakness forever. If they play b3, then what I'm gonna do is my plan was to play either bishop b5 here, and then I would play for a4 here, removing my a pawn weakness and creating a weakness on their side of the board, on the queen side. Instead, they go for knight to e3, which doesn't hang a pawn because after takes, they have rook a1. After I go bishop b3, for some reason the bot gets the thought of playing rook ac1, and here I just defend the pawn, and I'm just winning now. Oh wait, they couldn't take anyway. I forgot. Queen defense. Okay. Anyway, a4. They go for rook c3, and here I decided, okay, this bishop isn't doing much. Let's put it on f1 and b5 here. They put the rook on c6. Sensing the danger of rook c1, I decided to play rook c8 here. After takes, trade rooks, and go into this middle game where I have bishop pair and queen against queen, knight, bishop. They go bishop b4. I decided to give a check on c1. They went knight to f1, and here I just took the bishop and took the free pawn. They gave a check, and queen d8 is a scary move because if you're not careful, let's say you just push, it's just a draw. After queen f6, here they're just gonna give a check. Here, check. Here, check. Here, check. Here, just another check, and you're getting checked forever. There's no escape to the checks. So if you play the wrong move here, you are losing. So what you had to do was take the pawn here and defend that square. And suddenly this pawn's hanging, and I traded here and took all of their pawns, defended this pawn while keeping this diagonal open, and just slowly pushed. And then they just hung checkmate into. So this Wallows bot is pretty easy to cook, and that is the end of the video. And bye.